For those of you that are going to be on TikTok, so let me get to my TikTok. Those of you that are going to be on TikTok live, what's going on, guys? This is Uncle Dallas. I am here. Today is going to probably be one of the greatest teachings that you guys have heard on the subject of it's not tragedy, it's training. Maybe part 6, is it part 7, part 1, whatever it is, one of the parts. It's a part of it. It's the next one. It's the next, whatever it is, the next one. And so when I learned this, when I went through this process, and the one that I'm taking you guys through right now, it's going to help you, because a lot of us have been, we got it. Okay. A lot of us have been kind of struggling in some areas. And when we struggle in these areas, we have to realize why we're struggling. And what you're going to realize is that you're not struggling in the area. I learned this. This is what hit me. Yeah, this is what hit me. Oh, wow, God, man. This is what hit me, because I didn't understand that I wasn't struggling. Guys, I'm telling you, this blew my mind. It messed my whole world up. And because I didn't understand. In April of 2021. Wow, that was loud. And because I didn't get this thing, and because I didn't pay attention to what I'm about to pay attention to, a lot of stuff I went through, I didn't have to go through. Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody up. I want my Facebook up to see if Facebook is doing what they need to do. A lot of stuff you don't have to deal with. And I'm like, dang, Lord, why didn't you say this? And I'm like, why in the world, of all the things that are happening, why would I get the coronavirus? What? There are a couple things I want you to pay attention to. Okay. First thing I want you to pay attention to is your tragedy is your training. And see what I thought, and this is me. Because listen, the spiritual transition that's happening right now is not just a spiritual transition for you to go, hey, Dallas, learn something. I got up there, I did my thing. I want y'all to be there. I want y'all to do what I got to do. I'm look, got this, y'all. I'm not the rock star. What's up, y'all? Hey, this is Uncle Dallas. Welcome to Uncle Dallas Live and Teach. I'm not trying to be a rock star. I'm trying to teach you guys something that I'm learning, because I have been in the cult. Did I say it out loud? Yes. I've been in the cult. And once I got to a certain height in religion and in cultism, I didn't realize that it wasn't to stay there. It was to transition me. And so what happens is I went up into these very nice places and I met these very things. That was nice. It's time to go out of town, guys. Time to get on the beach. So I didn't realize that. And so dropped him. I didn't realize that until I read this passage. So now I want you to understand something. The life that God has given you is the life that's conducive for what you desire from Him. Okay? The life that God has given you is the life that's conducive for what you've asked Him for. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something. I think it's Matthew 6 chapter. I'm going to show you something. The life that you are living, this life you have right now. Oh my God, I feel like running, because that just thing it woke up in my spirit. The life that you're living right now is the life that's conducive to get you what you ask God for. The life that you're living right now is conducive for what you ask God for. That's this life. You're in that life right now. I know. The life that you're living right now is the life that is conducive for what you ask God for. It is the craziest thing in the world. I'm looking for something here. I'm looking for something. So when I'm at this point in my life, and I gotta breathe, because it's just like this crazy. Once I got this, dude, Corona just disappeared. My head cleared up. Everything started to fall into place, because I'm like, what is going on? And so I'm like, what the heck? I did see. Listen, okay. So here's what you have to realize. And if I did this, I'd be jumping through scriptures all day, but I'm going to jump to as many of them as I can. But I want you to understand something. The first thing I want you to understand is Romans 8:28. Okay, let's go to Romans, because I got so many of them. I'm going to quote them. And so Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for the good to them that love God and to the called according to his purpose. Okay. So let's go there. Let's go to Romans 8:28. Now, I'm going to show you something, because like I'm telling you guys, when I went through this thing, it was messing my whole brain up. I'm going, I don't get this. I don't understand why, of all the people, I'm Uncle Dallas. I shouldn't be running around with no coronavirus. And so I'm running around with coronavirus. We're choking, we're coughing, we're doing all these things. And my wife and I run around the coronavirus going, why do we have coronavirus? The life that you're living right now is conducive for what you ask God for. Not the bad stuff, the good stuff. The life that you are living right now is conducive for what you're asking God for. And it's crazy, because it's back to that whole, what's the tragedy and the triumph? You follow me? What's tragedy and what's training? But see, nobody teaches us this. Okay, nobody teaches this. Okay. So check this out. Okay. Everybody got that? Y'all gonna like this. Y'all love this. I'm telling you, when I got this, I realized where my healing was, where my growth was, where my finances were, where all the things were in my life. This might be a three-part series. So, okay, Romans 8:28. All right? Let's start at Romans 8:18. All right? Romans 8:18. I'm going to set another camera up right here so y'all can see me read, see what I'm reading. It said, for I reckon the sufferings of this present time are not to be worthily compared to the glory which shall be revealed within us. And that's powerful. That, my friend, is powerful. It's powerful because what we are looking at, and what I was looking at, was the physical attributes that create my environment. Now, hear me. I'm looking at the physical attributes that create my environment. You are on camera. I am on camera. My wife just walked in here with a sleepy face on. I almost put her on camera because she's fully dressed. So the fit. You should. I'm sorry, baby. You should close the door if I was interrupting you. The physical attributes that made up my life. I'm so excited right now. I need to calm down. So Pete, keep game. He said, now, I reckon the sufferings of this present time are not to be worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed within us. Now, that means there is a glory within me. There is a glory within you. Now, I know I sound like I bash the church and religion and Christianity and all those things, and for all practical purposes, I do. But I'm not bashing it for the reasons that you think. He said, for the present, the stuff that you're dealing with right now is not even compared to what's already inside of you, the glory that's already inside of you. So what you have to realize when you hear this, you got to realize that you are not being cursed. You're not separated from God. You're not mad. God is not going, oh my God, I wish you'd get yourself together so that you can have what I want for you. He's saying what you have recognized in your life is nothing. This is suffering. Suffer it so unto me. Suffering is not the suffering that you think. See, we are We live this translation of the Bible that puts us in these crazy positions because it makes us feel like there is this big God that is guiding all of our lives and telling us bad this and bad that and bad this, and we feel like we cannot live up to the standard of this man, of this deity. And so what we're looking at and what we've been taught, this is why I say church is the lowest level of spirituality known. Christianity is the second lowest. We've looked at how terrible our lives are. And so we go into something, we either blame something else about how bad that life is, or we feel that we just aren't good enough to have the life that he has for us. I mean, let me tell you how divine this is. It's so divine that even my wife just walking in here is a part of that whole system. So you are now stuck in a mindset that is telling you that what you are doing can't reach the goal or the height of what you desire from God. You are stuck in a place where you have been so conditioned by spirituality, relationships, situations, circumstances, diseases, and you are convinced that you are dirt walking around here trying to assess life, and some pastor is screaming at you because he has some prophetic gift, or he's charismatic, or he has a big church, or he's written 7 books, or he has 5,000 doctor's degrees, or whatever the situation is. He's walking around telling you a lie, creating a cultish mindset that is causing you to live beneath what God has for you, because he's giving you value to things that don't value in heaven. And so what you have been doing is looking at the fact that you're getting old, so you're trying to get married fast. You're getting fat, and you're running around trying to eat right. You're looking at all the detriments of your life. Listen to me very closely. You're looking at all the detriments of your life, and you don't realize that there is a glory inside of you that is so great that there is nothing in your life, in this external life, that even compares to what you have inside of you. And the suffering, it's like breaking your fingernail in comparison to about to change your financial status. And you're sitting there going, oh, my nail is broken. And behind you is the $1 billion idea that'll change your life forever. But you're so concentrated on the broken fingernail, or the coronavirus, or the fact that mama doesn't like you, or the fact that dad doesn't like you, or the fact that you live in a house that's not what it's supposed to be, because they sold you a dream that's not the dream of the wealthy. And now you are stuck in this place where you think you are dealing with something that makes a difference in the overall call of your life. It doesn't. There is a glory. I'm sneezing and wheezing and coughing and going through all of this mess, when in actuality, the Spirit of God is trying to show me, get yourself in line. He told me, you are supposed to be somewhere in February. Get yourself in line. So I'm thinking, let me get myself in line. So I'm taking my drugs and drinking my water and all this kind of stuff. Do you know what changed my whole mindset? The moment I had a conversation with my wife and said, listen, we need to pray. We need to get direct where we're going. We need to live the life, the glory that's inside of us that's got us here. Stop letting people of low standard define the greatness that's inside of you. Now, I told you I'm going to have to do this. This might have to be a part 1, part 2, part 3. Because the tragedies that you are looking at have absolutely nothing to do with the fact of what's inside of you. For the earnest, verse 19, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. Do you want to know what to do to line up? Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Get your head together. Now let's go back to Corinthians. Now let's go to Corinthians. Corinthians, the 15th chapter, 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, revolutionized my life. It revolutionized my life. Everybody that can, I want you to type in the comment section, get my head together. Get my head together. Get my head together. Get out the church mentality. Get out the Christian mentality. Get out this Catholic mentality. Get out of this guilt. Get all that mess out. Get my head. I'm going to get my head together. I did this to my wife. My wife is ready to move, ready to go, ready to go, ready to ride, ready to ride. She's ready to ride. But my mindset was so caught in COVID and this and this and this, we won't move into anything new because of that thing. When we sat down and had a conversation, my wife had to get her head together. Now get your head together. Get your head in the game. We don't lose. Stop thinking you're going to lose. Get your head in the game. We got so many of these little innuendos and some of that. I don't want to do that because your head's not in the game. Because you don't live glory. You live beneath your glory because you're afraid of. I'm not gonna have no money. My friends ain't gonna like me. People ain't gonna be around me. You're gonna. I lived this limitation until yesterday, guys. Yesterday. Paul, first book of Corinthians, the 15th chapter says this, but by the grace of God, I am what I am. Guys, I'm trying to fight back the tears. By the grace of God, I am what I am. Y'all don't understand. This blew my mind. By the grace of God, I am what I am. And his grace which he bestowed upon me was not in vain, but I labor more abundantly than all, yet not I, but the grace of God which is in me. I am struggling with situations. I'm struggling with circumstances. I'm struggling with all the things that are happening. And do you know why I'm struggling? I'm struggling because the ideologies of the people that were around me, the ideologies of the people that helped me grow spiritually, the ideologies of the circumstances and situations. I've got 168,000 people that are following me. Half of those people follow me because of what I know spiritually. The other half are following me because, hey, they don't know whether I know what I'm talking about or don't know what I'm talking about. But he tells me what to say. He tells me what to do. He tells me how to move. And when he tells me this thing, I am battling my fear. I'm battling what I think about myself. I'm battling what people may say if I say what God tells me to say. I'm battling this. I am stuck in a cult. So coronavirus found its way to us. Now, let me tell you a little secret. The reason coronavirus found its way to us is because I heard God and I heard my wife. My wife is not big on strange people hanging around her grandkids. And so the young lady came down and wanted to see the kids, and something in my spirit was like, no. But I don't want to be the mean guy. I don't want to be the guy that treats people bad. I want to be the nice guy. Instead of saying, hold it. You stop screaming and spitting and slobbing and drooling and breathing all over my grandkids. When I looked at my wife, the day we got this virus, she was not comfortable with this lady all around her grandkids. But we have the feeling that the glory that's inside of us, the grace that's inside of us, I'm trying, guys, it's nothing. We think it's nothing. We think it has no importance. We think it has no value. We think it has absolutely nothing. Why? Because we don't feel it. We don't smell it. We don't think about it. We don't do any of those things. So we think the glory that shall be revealed inside of us it's nothing. So we don't speak the truth. We don't tell our lives like, I'm not going to have no freaking coronavirus. I'm not broke. I got glory inside of me. We don't pray through. We don't seek God till it happens. We don't love like we're supposed to love. What we do is we love according to how we feel our lives are. Right now, somebody can come to you and say, hey, cousin, I need to borrow $15. Well, what you need $15? Who cares? $15 is nothing to you. Give the money. Shut up. Keep moving. Don't let that be a distraction to the movement of God in your life. $15 freaking dollars? Really? You know why? Because we've been taught to be selfish on this dimension and not selfish in the spirit. Drink water. I hate water. Do you hate medicine more? Get into his presence. The glory that's inside of you, the grace that's inside of you is so much more powerful than these little petty conversations and these little petty things you have conversations about. There's land. If you want to live on the island, get in front of God until God says, move to Curacao, move to Jamaica. If you want something from God, he has invested a glory so large inside of us that he said, nothing you suffer can compare. Nothing you suffer can compare. Let me show you something in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. Nothing you suffer can compare. I just woke up. I should have put a pillow beside me. 2 Corinthians 4:17. Check this out. Is it 2 Corinthians 4:17? 2 Corinthians 4:17. 2 Corinthians 4:17 says this. For our light afflictions, of which are but for a moment, work in us a far more exceeding and eternal weight and glory. He sees these light afflictions, the things that are light, they make you heavy in the spirit. They make you heavy in the spirit. I'm watching churches dilute you. Why does your relationship not work? Because you've defined it by church and you've not defined it by the Spirit. You've decided that your value is based on what's in your mind and not what's in your spirit. So I watch relationships where women can't get along with their husbands. You know why? Because the woman won't just simply shut up. Just shut up. Now, I just hurt somebody's feelings. Your feelings will be all right because it's under the glory. Your feelings will be fine. Your feelings will be fine. How you feel will be fine. Shut up. Hear what God is trying to tell you. Women, you are closer to God than any man that you've dealt with. Your womb is the access to heaven. From heaven to earth is a connection that is divinely through you, and you're opening up like it's a freaking easy pass. All he has to have is muscles and money, and boom, the easy pass is open, and you give him access to the greatest connection between God and man, a woman. Merry Christmas. Be quiet and let the glory that's inside of you speak against that situation so God can tell you what it feels. Well, maybe I'm divorced. Hooray! Then you'll find the man he actually had for you. Stop trying to paint yourself so you look like the streets. Start trying to put self so you look like what you see on the internet, and start looking like the glory that God placed inside of you, and God will send you what you need. There is a glory inside of you. Bruh, stop walking around playing video games trying to look like you're freaking 16 years old and be a grown man. You are the structure of God. God made you to create structure. I don't care what women think about male chauvinism. God don't care about that. God created you to make buildings and make pathways and create opportunities. That's what he created you for. Not to walk around and sag your pants around and try to look cool, because cool will take your tail to hell. Bruh, dog, pimp, shawty. You are structured as the one that spoke earth into existence. And you know what she's looking for? Somebody that can freaking speak some junk into existence. Not somebody that can just make love to her or have sex with her. Somebody can speak some junk into existence. You know what Kendra and Dallas had a conversation about? My wife looked at me, she said, you move me here. You, William, you move me here. Now, I trust that you're going to make sure we stay. Is there a problem? No, ma'am, there's not. Why? Because he created me for structure. That present suffering is nothing to be compared to the glory. Am I talking to somebody? Ladies, get up and pray. Talk to the originator. Talk to the person that created this. Stop complaining about what you don't have and start talking to the person that has everything. Bruh, get up and do something. Go walk around the freaking mall or something. I have been struggling for something that I don't have to struggle with. Why? Because religion tried to define me. Church tried to define me. Friends tried to define me. Until I looked down, he said, you do know this present suffering is nothing to be compared to the glory. Let me give you a couple of parental family advice. Parental family advice number 1. Husbands, start telling your wife what you want to do instead of asking her what she wants to do. Wives, start creating a connection between you and God so that you can pray what you want your husband to do instead of having to nag him all the time and hold sex back and snap your neck. Couples, stop asking 3, 4, and 5-year-olds what they want. Tell them what they're going to have. This is your house, not theirs. What you want for breakfast? You're eating eggs, grits, and toast. And you're going to sit there until you eat it. Why? The glory is not in the kids. You put the glory in the kids. Just because somebody's smart, because that's what they've taught you, because some preacher has 17 doggone doctor's degrees, that makes him smarter than you. No, darling. It just makes him inundated with the witchcraft and the devil mess that's already been placed around you. So now what you do is submit to, oh, he's a doctor. Who gives a flip flying he's a doctor? You are a child of God. You are defined and come straight from heaven. Ladies, you didn't come from dirt. You came from promise. You came from purpose. So I don't care how many degrees you got. Unless your degrees are spent with God, you can't tell me nothing. You know, God made doctors. God made God. God made everything. So if you're going to listen to a doctor, you better listen to God before you listen to a doctor. And I don't have a problem listening to doctors. But I'm not going to go to where my house is about to shift and pour and look at the roof. I'm going to look at the foundation. So stop telling the kid what you want. No, it's not what you want. Christmas should be not spent with $5,000 doggone dollars. You need to take $1,000, spend it on Christmas, take $4,000 and put it toward their college, and stop being these broke-minded people that run around, that live on their external and don't live on their internal. My grandchildren should already have college paid. After 5 years of Christmas and birthdays, their college should be paid for. But we will struggle and spend money on worldly, cultish, witchcraft mess and not spend any time trying to get ourselves together. I think I deserve a glass of water. I let coronavirus have my mind, and I didn't understand why. You know why? Because I stopped thinking about how powerful I was and started acknowledging how weak I was. Anybody out there like that? I started acknowledging how weak I was. Listen, My wife tells me what to do, so I don't know what to do because my wife keeps telling me what to do. My husband just abuses me. He's a narcissist. My grandkids, my children don't listen to me. You know why? Because you have been so weakened that you never understood that the power of who you were was not in the fact of the pastor laying hands on you and telling you that you have. The pastor never puts his hands on you in your entire life. You have a glory. If he never says a word to you, you have a glory. I'm knocking junk over. If you never see the inside of a church, if you never see the inside of a mansion, if you never see the stacks of millions of dollars, you have a glory. And where you are is conducive for what he has for you. So stop looking around like you've lost something that is terribly bad and start looking around and say, where is the door to get me to where God has for me? Where is it? He's been saying start a church. You know why I haven't started a church, ladies and gentlemen? Haven't started a church because I didn't know how to tell you guys what we need to do financially for the building. That's it. That's all. Don't want you to be, because I didn't want to be like every other pastor and we got a building fund, a brick fund, a pew fund. I don't want to be like all of those things. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my wife, and my wife says to me, she said, you don't have to be anything. She said, all you have to do is begin to create a financial situation where they can feel they're empowered to do what they're supposed to do or do what they want to do, and then teach it. That's it. You don't have to put them under the tithe obligation and tell them what they will. Will a man rob God? Stop saying that mess. Dumb mess. If he told you to do it, the present suffering, these things are nothing compared to what he's going to do. You have a glory. Type it. I have a glory. Type that. Come on. I have a glory. I don't have a deficit. I don't have a weakness. I have a glory. You are powerful. Let me tell you how powerful you actually are. You ready? Do you want to know how powerful you actually are? You are so powerful that they have to put together things to make you feel unpowerful. They have to put together things to condition you to feel weak, because you are so powerful. If you ever realize your power, you would take over your environment. So they have to do things. They got to put junk on television. That's all of that, my friends, is about you. They put together television shows so your tail will watch all the seasons of the television show to weaken you. They put together homosexual communities so it will weaken your thought process. They will do things in YouTube to keep your children. They know you are so powerful. Anything to take you from your glory, they will do it, because what you don't know that everybody in the whole universe knows is the most powerful beings on the planet are the people that are listening to me right now. Stop defining yourself by your wealth. Stop defining yourself by the stature of your marriage. Stop defining yourself by how many clothes you wear, your external. Start defining your movement by destination. Stop living this life like I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. Get back on your stoop. Get back on your stoop. I got up this morning and I start working on this thing, how to get back into the glory. And I was gonna just do a little ebook and kind of release the ebook. And I'm sitting here looking at this thing and I'm going, just on my desk now. Science of marriage. The science of marriage. I got notepads. All these different things. And so I heard you, young blood. All these things are happening. And so I got into this, and when I started reading this, and I still haven't gotten down to where I wanted to get down to. Romans 8:28. Let's get down. Let's get over here. Let's get down. Let's get all the way down here. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to 26. Likewise, the Spirit help us our infirmity, for we know not what we should pray as we ought, but the Spirit itself make its intercessions for us through groans and moans which cannot be uttered. Verse 26. Verse 27. And he that searcheth all things knoweth the mind of the Spirit, because it maketh intercessions for the saints according to the will of God. Yeah. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for the deepness of that. Y'all ain't ready for that smoke. Y'all ready for the smoke? Y'all ready for the smoke. Here's the smoke. Y'all ready for the smoke? Here's the smoke. The smoke is this. Verse 27 says, and he searcheth the heart, he that searcheth the heart knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit. He doesn't say the mind of God. Y'all ain't ready for the smoke. But because he maketh intercessions for the saints according to the will of God. Now, the Spirit that is inside of you is not this kind of, where is my water? Good. There we go. Got me a bottle of water. Let me take this off of here because I don't know who gets paid and I ain't trying to get paid. Pay them for something they ain't doing. This is not your spirit. Your spirit is not just water sitting in you. You are not, this being is not you, and the water inside is your spirit. You think you're housing a spirit, okay? Here's what I need you to do. You think you're housing the spirit. I need a cup. You know what? I'm halfway decent. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this here. I might get a little wet, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I need y'all to see this, okay? Can everybody see that? Everybody see that? Can you see it in here? Let me see here. Yeah, because my YouTube. So this is what you see, okay? You see that water going from one bottle to another, all right? All right. You see that water going from one bottle to another, all right? Okay, you see the water going back from one bottle to another, all right? Y'all see that? Okay, y'all see that? Here is what you think you are spiritually, and here's what you actually are spiritually. I wish I had something to take this and take this to this. Here's what you are and what you think you are. What you are, what you think you are, is a vessel that's holding spiritual stuff. This is what you think you are. A vessel holding spiritual stuff with a top. You are this vessel. Listen now, I'm about to mess your whole world up. Follow me. You think you're this vessel that's holding water. You follow me? But what you actually are, Kendra Dallas, can you hear me? Ah, never mind. You don't like this. What you actually are, I wanted you to hear what this revelation God just gave me. What you actually see, you think your water held up by this. This is you. And so what happens is things beat you up and they push you around and your sister, you got coronavirus. It's coming against you. You got your spirit. Just hold on for the spirit. I'm holding on to the spirit. You got the stuff. You got coronavirus is getting you. People talking about you. They writing all over. Yo, you are a terrible person. They terrible. This is how you think you are. I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all ready for the smoke. You got it. You got people writing. They tell you you're a terrible person. They do all this kind of. Look at this now. They writing out there. You are just awful. I can't believe this. This is what you believe. You believe you are this battle of terrible things that's just holding on to your spirit. That's you. You think that's you. Baby, you are so wrong. Why? Because that's what religion has told you. Don't worry, baby. Come on in the Bible. Come on in the building, the Bible study. I know they abused you, they rooked you, they hurt you, they did. Come on in the Bible study. So you think you look like this. barely know whether your naming is your label on there. That's who you think you are. And you're holding on to your spirit. I'm not sick. I'm not that. You're holding on to your spirit. But you are so wrong. I actually don't have the capabilities to show you the extent of how wrong you are. But I'm going to share something with you. You follow me? Yeah, and like somebody said, you just a recycle. That's another one. You just a recycled bottle. They recycle you. They give you a dime for your little recycle. You put your spirit in that one. You do that. But that's not the case, sweetie. Bruh, I need you to hear me. You ready? You are every power and every extension that water can offer. That means you are steam, which means you can fill a room. That means you are ice. That means you can be strong. That means that you're boiling water, which means you can burn off stuff that did not do anything. It means that you can mix with other ingredients and make those ingredients workable. That means that you are constantly movement. You don't have a top on you, because if God needs to heat that water up so the steam will fill the room or the glory will fill the room, you're that. If God needs to freeze that thing so that it can endure the battles and the things that are trying to come against it, he will freeze it, because that spiritual thing has the power to be ice too. He can also take that same spiritual thing and it can become so still that nobody can see it, because it can be a reflection for people. You are not just water in a vessel. You are power in a container. You are power in a container. So everything that you see water, and Bruce Lee said, become water, my friend, because everything that water is, that's who you are. You are steam. You are ice. Water breaks through places that nobody else can get to. Water will keep on, it will stay on you till it breaks rocks. Water is one of the most powerful sources and elements on the planet, and you are that element. So while you letting things abuse you and beat you up and they say it's suffering, that's not suffering, honey. What suffering is the process of pressing to what you were called to do. That's suffering. You are not this. You are not some recycled Bible, recycled scripture. You are the power. This thing right here is your glass. That means you quench thirst. That means you saturate. That means you are so well adapted to where you are now, ladies and gentlemen. You just found a peaceful place to live. That's why you haven't moved any further. Now, wasn't that powerful? He just gave me that. God just gave me that while I was sitting here talking. You are powerful. For the present suffering of this time is nothing to be compared to the glory that is within us. What you're suffering right now, I'll drink this water and it'll quench my thirst, and I'm like, wow, that was really thirst quenching. But if I don't want to drink water, I can take some powdered Kool-Aid and sugar and turn that water into a drink. I can freeze that same water. I can freeze that same water. Living water. Living water. I can freeze that same water. Will just typed living water. That's what the bell was, guys. One of my friends, Will. He said the living water. I can freeze that water, put ice cubes in there and cool off everybody around me. I can keep the rest of the sodas drink. I can take that water, heat that water up, and that water can cook me some food. I can take that same, all of that is how powerful you actually are. Now, you're ready? You know what your present sufferings are? Your present sufferings are whichever form of water you have to press into to accomplish what God has called you to accomplish. So suffering may be letting things get kind of hot so God can steam you up. Suffering may be letting things get kind of cold so God can solidify you to prepare you for what's about to happen. Suffering may be warming you up so that you can just kind of be at peace. All of those things are who you are. All of them are who you are. When you are enduring this thing, when you are battling this thing, when you are in this process, yeah, go ahead. Well, everybody say, I'm living water. That's what I'm living water. Living water. That's what that means. Type it out there. I'm living water. See, every time you come to a situation, and that situation does not address your spirit, it addresses your fear, what your wife may say, your husband may say, your aunt may say, your mama may say, your children may say, you are stuck. See, we want to compare, and especially my married couples, and y'all got to watch this though. We want to compare the piece of our relationship or a piece of our family relationship with what God is doing in our lives. We want to compare that. And so what happens to us is God will say to you, hey, do this. And you'll go, well, let me talk to my wife. That's not what you say. You say, God, go talk to my wife. Now, I'm not saying don't pay attention to the wife. What I'm saying to you is you go, hey, God, go talk to my wife because I got to obey you. And this is who you put together. And you said, let no man put asunder. So go talk to my wife or go talk to my husband. Other than that, you don't have to worry about that. There are things you're going to do that are going to seem like, I don't know why I'm doing this, and God's going to bless it. Why? Because what God wants to do is make sure you stay at a certain level. Wrong tube. Wrong tube. Y'all got that? That's it for this one. I don't know if we can. Yeah. Wow. That. I don't know. Living water. That was kind of hot. That was good. So, what I need you to understand is I'm going to give you some brief instructions. Now, verse 27 says, for the search of all things. Verse 28 says, and we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them that are called according to the purpose. Verse 29 says, for who he foreknew, he predestined to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. Go back and listen to this video over and over and over again. Listen to it until it empowers you. Listen to it until it strengthens you. Listen to it until it makes you realize that you are by far the most powerful being on this planet. I'm going to do a part 2. I'll probably do the part 2 on tomorrow if we're still in town. I don't know if my wife wants to go back because we dropped the grandkids off and took them back to their mother. And that's only a 3-hour drive, so it wasn't that long of a drive. And we got a chance to spend some time together because we love each other. But I don't know, but I'm going to do a part 2 to this because I need you to get free. I need all of you to be free. I need everybody to type this. Everybody that is watching me, I need you to type this. This year, I will travel. Now, I know you might have traveled already. This year, I will travel. Type it. You're living water. You need to go and live. You need to live. This year, I will travel. Stop being afraid of what they say. Corona going to get your dogs, going to get your cats, going to get you flights, going to get you Stop living these little fears that mean absolutely nothing to you. What you want to know, if you want to know something that's actually true, when you fly, when you get on airplanes, honey, you're more in your natural habitat than you are walking on the ground. You're more in your natural habitat than you're walking on the ground when you're in the air. Just want to throw that out there. And it's amazing to me that you're scared to fly when your natural habitat is weightless. You're a spirit. But they told you to stay stuck on the ground. Don't get off the ground. Stay on the ground. Why? Because if I stay on the ground, then I can control you. But your natural habitat is weightless. And your glory is too large to let you die on a plane. You wouldn't even feel it. If the plane just exploded, you would be sitting with God looking at it. So, I'm going to travel. Now, you're not traveling just to go hang out. And then I want you to enjoy yourself. But you're traveling because you've got to break the borders of this glory that you have. There are people over in Spain that need your glory. There are people over in Africa, definitely, that need your glory. And when you learn to move in those glorious areas, you'll see God begin to open up doors and allow you to travel at a level that you never know you could travel. Yeah, that's the God you serve. That's who he is. So, anyway, again, I'm William Dallas. I hope that blessed you guys. We're going to shut down the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Share this with somebody. I see a whole bunch of people going, oh my God, this is so good. Share it. Share it. Get some people free. Share it with somebody. Make sure you become a part of the mentoring group. Make sure that you support us. Make sure you hit that bell so that when we come up, the bell will ring and you'll be a part of it. We're right now at over 100 different mentors mentees that are part of our organization, and we teach every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I've been off my game, guys, so I'm gonna make sure we get that class going on Tuesday. We talk to each other, we minister, we prophesy, we do whatever we need to do to get you guys up to where you need to be. Because when that Tuesday mentoring class is the beginning of those people that we're gonna teach for ministry. That's free. The mentoring class is free. The class for ministry, we will build a schooling type situation where we will help you to do that. So for those of you that are a part of the mentoring class, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys for being there, and I appreciate you guys for supporting it very much so. Because like I said, I was running around beneath my glory because of what people had told me, and I stopped doing that. So I'm running it the way God told me to run it. And if you follow me, God will take you someplace. If you don't follow me, he'll take you someplace another way. But because he's God. So anyway, so those of you that are a part of that thing, we thank you very much. We appreciate you. And you guys have a good day. For my YouTube people, TikTok hangout, Instagram hangout. We're going to hang out a little while. I appreciate you, and I hope that helped you. I will see you again Monday for the next YouTube. I'm going to probably do a second one on Saturday. You know what? I am. I'm going to do one on Saturday. I'll probably do it on Saturday. If you're a part of my mentoring group, you'll get a text. You'll get a text message when we're going to do it, and we'll go from there.